Hey guys, it's Brandon here, and we are on site today right here in North Myrtle Beach with Taylor Jones, the listing agent of Unit 405, a 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom, in my opinion, cash cow that you don't want to miss. Now guys, in the video, we are going to do a walkthrough of the unit. You're going to see 2 stories, 2 balconies, bedrooms, flat screen TVs, you name it, an excellent 6-bedroom, 6-bathroom Oceanview Condo, and it is second row from the beach. We're also going to hop into a profit and loss statement for both a cash scenario purchase and a financing scenario purchase. I'm going to show you how much gross rental income I believe these units can make, show you all their operating expenses, and show you your profit and or loss at the end so you fully understand how to operate a short-term vacation rental business right here in Myrtle Beach. Now, additionally, we are going to hop into your depreciation, just how much you can write off on your taxes owning and operating an investment property. We'll also hop into your appreciation. If you time the market right, if you buy low and if you sell high over a 10-year hold, how much money can you make on this investment? How much money per year? You want to know that. Now, additionally, guys, I want you to check out the must-see, must-watch investor interviews playlist. I interviewed Matt Freeze. The man owns 11 oceanfront condos. He sold his single-family home, moved his family into an apartment so he could buy his first oceanfront condo. Now, after he owned 8 of them, over an 8-year period, he made $1.4 million in profit on 8 oceanfront condos, averaging $22,500 per condo in profit per year. The man knows what he's talking about. You want to watch his investor interviews, from nightmare guest stories to operations to just the nuts and bolts of the business. Now, I also interviewed Gosha Cook. She's an accountant. You know, she's very, very conservative. You know, Matt Freeze is a lender by trade. He's very, very risk. He accepts risk. Gosha does not accept risk. She owns almost all of her oceanfront condos cash. She does own 24 properties, some of them commercial, some of them long-term rentals, and 15 oceanfront condos. She drops golden nuggets of truth that you don't want to miss. I don't think I'll ever forget her talking to me about raising your pricing after you hit an 85% occupancy rate because your prices are too low. If you want to learn about that, you got to watch her videos. Now, finally, I interviewed Rufia Nigro. She owns 27 Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos, but lives in Florida. And people are wondering, like, well, why would you live in Florida and buy condos elsewhere? Well, come to find out, guys. All things said, our big takeaway is you're going to spend $100,000 to $150,000 more for an oceanfront condo in Florida than you will in Myrtle Beach, but they make the same gross rental income each year. So why pay more when you can get a better return on your money in the Myrtle Beach market? Now, we're also going to hop into your attractions. I'm going to show you your local attractions. We'll walk all through that, guys. You got to watch the video through to the end so that way you don't make the amateur pitfall investor mistakes. I was just talking to an investor, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before. She bought based on personal use instead of dollars and cents. And many times people come up short that way. They don't make any money. They don't think oceanfront condos are profitable. They think, oh, I'm going to buy the one I like and hope it does well. They don't have a data-driven approach. I'm aiming to stop you from stepping into the pitfalls and the mistakes that are going to set you back and give you a bad taste in your mouth. I've chocked the video full of everything that you need to know about when investing in a Myrtle Beach oceanfront condo for short-term vacation rentals. So please be sure to watch it through to the end. Now, additionally, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Please drop me a comment. I will do my best to respond to all the comments I get. Takes you a second. Share it on your social media. Takes you a second, but helps me out a lot. Now, I don't want to hold us up. T, let's get into this video now.
Let's do it.
You'd like to invest in an oceanfront condo at a beach resort. I'd like to show you how they make profit and break down all their expenses so you understand how they operate, how they appreciate over time, and how to choose the right property manager for your goals. I'd also like to let you know what your HOA includes, how the location best services the tourist booking your unit, how your tourist can navigate the area to the best attractions, restaurants, and local events. I'd like to give you a market report on the resort that you're checking out today so that you make savvy investment decisions. And if you stay tuned until the end, I'll show you my top picks for the units that have appreciated the most in our market or generated the most gross rental income. So no matter if you're a first-time investor, a seasoned professional transitioning into the real estate game, or simply a casual investor who wants to buy an oceanfront condo to rent out while you're not using it for vacation. Whether you've got 15% to pay down because you're financing or you're a cash buyer, if it's an oceanfront condo you're after, you'll be better because I'm aiming to give you a 10 times return on your time for watching this video to the end. All right, guys, well, we are on site right here in North Myrtle Beach, just outside of Cherry Grove Villas. As you can see here, it is this massive building in front of us. It's multiple stories. Again, Taylor Jones. Taylor, talk us through what's around here.
Yeah, so we are at 53rd Avenue right here, which is really the heart of Cherry Grove. If you go to my left, your right, you're looking at the point down in North Myrtle Beach, which will give you this amazing view of the Atlantic Ocean, which is just great.
Are there any restaurants? Any cool
no restaurants down there that way. There's a ton of condos, but it's just a beautiful spot. It's very private, and that's the big selling point.
What's that building right there next door?
I don't know what that building's name is.
It's massive.
Yeah.
It's next door.
The good news is it's not in your way. So what I love about our unit is we are right here where our unit is, and it has direct ocean view, just straight away.
Now, on this side.
Now, to my right here, if you go down all the way, you're going to line up with Sea Mountain Highway and North Ocean Boulevard, okay? Restaurants, bars, IGA,
Name some names. Drop some names.
Yep, you got...
what's a good bar?
I'm trying to think of a good bar that's Snooki's. Snooki's is right over there.
Oh, on the water.
Yep, Snooki's on the water is right over
Marina
there.
on the water.
Yep,
right?
Marina. There's another place too, but IGA. I love IGA. You got to get your groceries because what you'll see in here, Brandon talks you through. We've got 2 refrigerators in there for 18 people, so you're keeping those mouths fed.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, let's get into the on-site amenities. Taylor, take us away. How do we get to the on-site amenities?
Yeah, so straight ahead, our pool has access right here, and it's a private pool. I mean, it could probably fit, 3 or 4 families at a time. And then you actually have you get 4 parking spots.
Are they doing work here?
Yep, doing some work here, cleaning up everything.
That's cool. That's always a good sign.
Yep, with a 6-bedroom, you're actually getting 4 parking spots, which is great.
Now, guys, I want to say, in the winter months, that's when people, when the oceanfront condo resorts are generally doing work. We're in October. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can enjoy and increase the passive income of your oceanfront condo through the 20 to 22 million tourists that visit the #2 vacation destination on the East Coast each year. Not only can you enjoy the equity paid for by visiting tourists, but you can also anticipate the over 100% appreciation experience at many of the oceanfront resorts in our market during the recent decade. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can depreciate them, reducing your overall tax burden, keeping more money for you and your loved ones, and ensuring unnecessary taxes aren't paid. All right, guys, we're here right in front of Unit 405 at the Cherry Grove Villas. Of course, that's Mr. Taylor Jones. He is the listing agent on this listing. So, guys, check it out. First room's right here to the right. You can see beautiful hardwood floors, flat screen TV, nice setup. Your closet's right here. Let's kind of do this here so you can see in. And then you do have like Jack and Jill access to the bathroom. Immediately across the hall, we have our second room. It is set up kids themed. Obviously, those pictures show up phenomenal on Airbnb. You always want to include a room like this for families with children. Of course, you got a big old closet here, as you can see. Its own in-suite restroom with, yes, a nice jacuzzi jet tub, as you can see. A shower, of course, here. And then everything else you need, guys. Take a look. You got that vanity, tile flooring, everything you need. Let's get down this nice long hall. Tile flooring right here in the hall, as you can see. That's your front door. Taylor Jones taking us into the community bathroom. Again, this is that Jack and Jill-ish kind of feel leading into the bedroom. You have a nice vanity here. Of course, you have a tub shower combo, and of course, a linen closet. I can't get in there. It's locked. That's probably the owner's closet, or at least one of them. This is a 6-bedroom unit. So we have our HVAC. Oh, yeah, this was our HVAC here, and this is a closet. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yep.
HVAC was hiding just a little bit. They keep some cleaning utensils and
owner's closet
tools in there. Your owner's closet right here. Obviously, it's bolted. Can't get in there, but that's where you're going to keep all of your cleaning supplies. Nice open kitchen. Check it out. Taylor, can we get that light on?
That one's broken, but this one's here.
Okay, yep, we got a light out. Nope, no big deal. All right, massive, massive. First thing I want to point out is massive island. Like, not a small island, a rather massive island. Obviously, with 6 beds, there's going to be lots of heads, and you want more than enough space to feed all these hungry people. Guys, there's obviously a stove, microwave, a refrigerator, dishwasher. You got a dual sink. It is granite countertops. Very, very nice. Well done. I do want to point out, guys, that the whole secret of this unit, you'll see these double refrigerators. Like, well, you got to think, guys. You got people coming to stay for a week. There's 6 bedrooms.
2, 3
We're
families.
talking probably 18 people or more. And they need to put all of their food somewhere. So, yes, you need 2 refrigerators. Now, you can see all the bar stools there. Typically, those would go under, obviously, the bar. They've got them in the corner over here. And look how massive this table is. The whole secret, guys, is the more heads, the more beds, the more money you can make renting these units out. It's literally that simple. If you can host, if you have a 10-bedroom unit, guys, you're going to make a ton of money renting it out the entire house versus renting out just smaller sections or even smaller units. But more on that later. Living room, open concept, massive dining rooms right here in the middle, flat screen TV, Taylor Jones right in front of those balconies. I do want to see, what is this?
Yep. That goes to the next one.
To the next one? That's for the unit next door.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so, but you don't actually have access to that unit.
No.
Okay, good, good, good. Wonderful.
Now come see the view.
All right, balcony. It is massive, as you can see. Let's just see how big that balcony is. Plenty of seating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably about 8 people you could easily get out here. We do have Taylor Jones pointing out the ocean view, as you can see. Not really anything in front of you. You got a smaller unit here that you're a little bit higher than. You can kind of see down the road here. Yep. Got some oceanfront resorts.
Access, Brandon.
Yeah, that public access, guys, is right here, as you can see. That's going to take you right on into the beach. Then they have another one that is just up the road right there. I don't know if you can see that, guys. That's going to take you right on into the beach. And, of course, you are on Ocean Boulevard. Look at that view. It's right where you want to be, as you can see. Now, guys, we didn't take you upstairs yet.
I knew you were going to get excited. So you might have heard Brandon say this earlier, more heads, more beds. Investors, this is where the dollars come. So let's go.
Let's go. Let's get up these stairs. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Let me show you up there. We got lights here.
Let's go to the right first.
To the right? Yeah, I can see some games right here. Looks like fun.
Kids, will this show up good in Airbnb?
Oh, come on. Those photos will look real nice. All right. You got your laundry room, as you can see, washer and dryer unit, water heater.
Heater.
Just before we move on, it's tiled. You always want tile in those wet areas. Tile or
fans underneath both of them as well.
Or LVP. You got your community bathroom for the 2nd floor. As you can see, you got a nice tub shower combo.
Yep.
Single vanity. Plenty of space, though. Set your belongings.
2 doubles.
Right. 2 double. Look at the beds, guys. Flat screen, of course. Closet to the right, and it is a massive closet.
Big room.
Plenty of beds. Look at this. Next room. Twins. Bingo. Big closet. Of course, flat screen TV, fans, and lights. Yes, a nice common area to hang out, chill, play games. That's going to show up good in photos, guys. All right. This is most likely your
air handler.
Yep, your air handler for upstairs. Now, another community servicing restroom to service the whole upstairs. You got that tub, jacuzzi jet, shower. You've got your toilet here. And then, of course, it is Jack and Jill-ish.
Yep.
Into the bedroom. Let's take a look. As you can see, another bedroom here.
You got a twin and a double here.
Yep, and yeah, so you'll notice there is a twin in here and a double bed. Of course, this is going to lead out to Taylor. I'm going to let you tackle that.
Yeah, come on.
This
well, actually, let's do this. Let's go to the master.
Okay.
Let's finish off with the master.
Well, there's a balcony. You have access to it from the room. Here's your master. Check it out. Look at that. Again, your own ensuite restroom, which is what people like, to have their privacy on vacation. They don't have to share bathrooms with everybody. Tile. And of course.
And you know, you could be creative with that second bedroom. I mean, that's almost like an auxiliary master. They just happen to put 2 beds in it. But
absolutely.
Take a look at your view.
You can put a king in there.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, this is, again, that second balcony. And of course, beautiful view.
We are at the top, Brandon, so this is the top floor.
This is floor 5?
This is, yeah, it's technically, floor 5, 6.
You can see, guys, absolutely
So you got
stunning.
the point. We're not far from the point down there in Cherry Grove, which is a very common beach spot. And then you got Sea Mountain Highway all the way down where you got plenty of restaurants and bars. So, and this is Ocean Boulevard.
So basically, people are, during the day, going to the beach, playing golf, and at nighttime going to restaurants that are 5-10 minutes away and going to nightlife.
Yeah, the beach is the theme, and we're literally right in the smack dab heart of Cherry Grove. So,
and Cherry Grove is popping.
Woo!
Come on.
I mean, listen, I'll tell you the beach seasons. I'm sure Brandon gives you guys this all the time, but you're looking at beach season here, starts March, goes all the way till the end of October, which we're here.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
We actually have bookings last week of October.
Come on. Making money.
Making money.
Making money. All right, guys. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this tour right here for this 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom unit here at Cherry Grove Villas. I am going to let you see it on the way out, though. I'm not going to cut the video short, just so you can get one more glance. Ta-da. Recessed lighting up there. Ta-da. And that, guys, that wraps it up. In this video, I've shown you the resort, explained the property, and given you a walkthrough of the property. But next, I'll cover the accommodations and amenities offered by the resort and give you a walkthrough of the amenities so you can see why tourists choose oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Then I'll discuss on-site versus off-site management so that you learn how to maximize profitability on your unit and avoid the pitfalls other investors have made. Then I'll cover what your HOA fee pays for, how your resort's location creates a convenience for tourists that keeps them coming back for our attractions, restaurants, and local events, and also how your tourists can navigate the area. Next, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. Over, so it's time to do work to make sure the place is up.
Look how beautiful this pool is.
Oh, dude, it's nice.
Tell me this is not in great shape.
Yeah, the shower's right here.
Little hot tub as well.
Little hot tub, as you can see, guys. Water fountain, another shower here.
Yep.
Great little pool. Awesome for your Airbnb photos. Let's check out what's around here, guys.
Hey, Brandon, while you're over there, take a look. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a channel right behind you, right?
Oh, dude, check that out.
If you want to do some fishing right behind you.
Look, guys, some little fishing. There's a spot way off in the distance. I don't know if you can see that, but that's water right there. Wow, pretty cool.
Fishing's a big thing down here.
No doubt. Yes, absolutely. And we're right next to the Cherry Grove Pier, right?
Yep.
How far away is Cherry Grove there?
Prince Resort. We got to find Prince Resort.
Prince Resort is down to the right.
Yep. So there's a little restaurant and bar down there as well.
Show us beach access.
Yeah, let's go take a look at the beach.
Oh, is there? Oh, there's grills and stuff right over there.
Yep, there's a little grill. Yep.
Okay, let's take a look, guys. It's always fun to explore.
And while we're over here, Brandon, let's take a look at the elevator too.
Now, I do want to throw out, guys, April through September, peak season rentals. June, July, and August, you should make enough money to pay all of your operating expenses for the entire year. Yeah. We learned that from Matt Freeze. He says June, July, and August, if your unit is right and your condo is superb, you will make enough money to pay all of your operating expenses for the year. Easy. And the other 9 months out of the year are just pure profit months. Easy. So if you want more nuggets like that, watch the investor interview playlist. It's definitely a little windy in North Myrtle Beach. This is your beach access right here. Well, it's definitely not that far of a walk to the beach.
Nope. They have this built up just for the dunes because of the weather recently.
Okay. All the rain, huh?
Yep.
Guys, as you can see. All right, we're traversing the mound. The dune. All right, look at that, guys. Oh, wow. It's real close.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that at all, right?
There's the point.
What's the point? Take me to school.
Yeah. So the point down there is by Sea Cabin. I want to say there is a little restaurant or something down there, maybe small, but it's just a beautiful place. I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, it's just nature's beauty. You can see the pier down here, Brandon.
Yep, the other way. And that's the Prince right there on the tip?
Yep. That's Prince Resort.
Let's see if we can get just a little bit.
So we're toward the northern end of Cherry Grove here.
Yep.
Again, privacy, exclusivity. Privacy, exclusivity. That's the selling point.
Come on. All right, guys. Now, on-site versus off-site property management. Very simply, guys, you always want to self-manage. You do not want to hand your profits over to a property management company. Plus, if you're serious about building a robust portfolio, well, guys, guess what? You taking the helm and doing this the first year or two is going to provide you with the experience that you need in order to better understand your investment and your money. So that way, when you do hand it off to a property manager, you'll know what to look for if they're doing a good job or not. Additionally, no one's going to manage your property like you are. And I will tell you, if you're thinking to yourself that you don't have time because you have a full-time job and you can't handle anything else, then you're wrong. You need to get focused. You need to get self-disciplined. You need to get serious with yourself about your future and your retirement. Now, here's the deal. Matt Freeze owned 11 oceanfront condos, and he owns a mortgage brokerage. He's got a full-time day job and manages his oceanfront condos from his phone and his laptop. Gosha Cook owns 15 oceanfront condos, 2 commercial properties, and a long-term rental. Manages them. She leverages technology. She also owns a property management company and has 110 doors that she's responsible for. The point is that, very simply, lots of people are managing this type of rental right from their phone. They're syncing their calendar with their cleaning lady's calendar. And, you know, she's going and cleaning that unit. They're handling guests through automated text messages and emails right there on the platform. It is not rocket science. You can completely run this from your phone and your laptop. And you can be out of state. Matt Freeze is out of state. There are plenty of out-of-state investors that buy these condos and manage them all the time. Do I run into a lot of husband-wife couples that do this? Absolutely. If that's you, give me a call. It's 843-360-1737. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because this is the fastest growing area out of the 150 most populated areas in the entire United States for the last 3 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. This helps to insulate our market from many of the ups and downs that the rest of our nation's real estate market experiences. This can help you have a more stable rental property. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because they have a tremendous upside when compared to money market accounts and the stock market, due to the appreciation they earn and the potential of higher annual yields through their gross rental income when compared to these other investments. Money market accounts and the stock market don't have the upside of added appreciation. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because while our prices have risen and have held their value, we're also much cheaper than other places like Florida. Where else can you go and find an oceanfront condo for as little as $100,000? If you're getting into the real estate game or expanding your current portfolio, the bang for your buck is sitting right on the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina oceanfront. I get calls and emails every day from investors just like you looking to make their move into the Myrtle Beach market. They want to invest in short-term vacation rental properties. They want to invest in oceanfront condos. They want to know where the best deals are in our market. Well, guys, you're talking to the right person. 843-360-1737. I'm going to help you put your hands on the best deals in our market. If you're a first-time investor or a seasoned investor, if you're 1 year, 6 months, 3 years out, I don't care where you are in the investing process, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text message, and let one of the many stories on our channel be one of your stories. So, do you think the Myrtle Beach market is oversaturated with vacation rentals?
It's not oversaturated. The saturation has always been here. They can only build up. All right. There's not more beach. They've always been short-term rentals for the last, how many years?
Years and years and years and years and years. And I'm super glad that you said, it's not saturated because they've always been here. Basically, this is not something new. This might be new to you as a viewer or new to you as an investor, but in our market, people have been doing short-term oceanfront rentals for years.
What's new is being able to cut out the middleman. You can cut out the front desk. You don't have to use on-site property management. You can use Airbnb, use VRBO, and you can manage it yourself.
Yeah, technology's really enabled you to cut out that middleman. So, I recently heard somebody talking about, the Airbnb market is on the downturn. Doom and gloom. Well, guys, I don't foresee people not liking the beach anymore. It's like the mountains. Like, people like the mountains, people like the beach. That's not going to change. And as long as the ocean's still here and the oceanfront condos are still here, people are going to keep renting these just like they've done for years and years and years. In my opinion, I feel like it's, with the historical evidence that we have backing it up, in my opinion, it's a very safe investment for a proactive investor.
Right.
Yeah. Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video, I'll cover what your HOA fee pays for, how your resort's location creates a convenience for tourists that keeps them coming back for our attractions, restaurants, and local events, and also how your tourists can navigate the area. Next, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. All right, so what does the HOA fee include? Guys, it includes electric in the common area, water and sewer, trash pickup, elevator service, pool service, landscape lawn, insurance, manager, primary antenna, cable TV, common maintenance and repair, and internet access. Here are the attractions that create the strongest draw for your guests. Now, Barefoot Landing in North Myrtle Beach is a vibrant waterfront destination that seamlessly blends shopping, dining, and entertainment. Now, set along the Intercoastal Waterway, this expansive complex features over 100 specialty shops and boutiques, offering everything from fashion and accessories to unique gifts and coastal treasures. Culinary enthusiasts can indulge in a diverse array of restaurants, including the upscale Greg Norman Australian Grill, the lively Lulu's Beach Arcade and Ropes Course, and the family-friendly Crooked Hammock Brewery, known for its craft beers and relaxed atmosphere. Entertainment options abound with venues like the Alabama Theater, showcasing musical performances, and the House of Blues, hosting concerts and events. Now, families can explore attractions like Alligator Adventure, one of the largest reptile facilities in the world, or enjoy seasonal events like Summerfest and holiday fireworks. Whether you're seeking a leisurely stroll, a shopping spree, or an evening of live entertainment, Barefoot Landing offers a memorable experience for visitors of all ages. Now, the Greg Rouse Legacy Theater is a premier entertainment venue that offers a unique and intimate live performance experience. Founded by acclaimed entertainer Greg Rouse, the theater showcases a variety of shows, including the popular Music and Memories series, which features a world-class cast and band performing beloved songs from past decades. Each performance is 100% live and changes nightly, ensuring a fresh experience for returning guests. The theater has been recognized as WMBF's Best Show of the Grand Strand in 2024, highlighting its commitment to quality entertainment. With a seating capacity of 800, the venue provides an intimate setting that fosters a sense of community and connection between performers and the audience. In addition to its diverse musical offerings, the theater honors military personnel and first responders with special discounts, and during the summer offers promotions such as 2 free child tickets with the purchase of an adult ticket. The Greg Rouse Legacy Theater stands as a testament to Rouse's dedication to creating memorable, family-friendly entertainment that resonates with audiences of all ages. Pirates Voyage. Now, guys, they are doing acrobatics. It's a red team and a blue team of pirates, and they are jumping in the water. They are playing with fire. They are getting all of the guests involved. It is a dinner show, and while you're having dinner and they're serving you great food, they're getting you involved in what they're doing. It is a lot of fun. Your kids, your family is going to enjoy it so much. You don't want to miss the Pirates Voyage. The Alabama Theater, nestled in North Myrtle Beach, Barefoot Landing, has been a premier entertainment venue since its inception in 1993 by the renowned country music band Alabama. Celebrated as the #1 live entertainment theater in the area, it offers a diverse array of performances that captivate audiences of all ages. From February through October, the theater showcases its signature variety show, Iconic, a dynamic production featuring a blend of country, pop, rock, and Broadway hits, complemented by state-of-the-art visuals and choreography. As the holiday season approaches, the venue transforms to present the South's grandest Christmas show, a festive extravaganza filled with traditional and contemporary holiday music, dance, and comedy. Throughout the year, the Alabama Theater also hosts an impressive lineup of guest artists, including notable names like Josh Turner, the Oak Ridge Boys, and Jay Leno, ensuring a memorable experience for every visitor. With its commitment to high-quality performances and family-friendly atmosphere, the Alabama Theater remains a must-visit destination for those seeking top-tier entertainment in the Grand Strand region. Now, guys, the House of Blues in North Myrtle Beach, located at Barefoot Landing, is a premier entertainment venue that combines live music, Southern-inspired cuisine, and vibrant atmosphere. Established in 1997, this 59,000-square-foot facility features a 2-level music hall with a standing capacity of 3,500 and seating for 500 people, hosting a variety of concerts and events throughout the year. Now, the venue includes a restaurant and a bar that offers signature dishes like voodoo shrimp and jambalaya, alongside craft cocktails and an extensive beer selection. Additional spaces, such as the deck, provide outdoor seating with live music and happy hour specials, with its unique blend of music, food, and art. The House of Blues offers an unforgettable experience for visitors and locals alike. The Carolina Opry Theater is right here in Myrtle Beach, not North Myrtle Beach, but it's close enough to North Myrtle Beach for you to go. So basically, it's a premier entertainment venue renowned for its high-energy variety shows that blend music, comedy, and dance. Founded by Calvin Gilmore in 1986, the theater has been a cornerstone of Myrtle Beach's live entertainment scene, offering performances that feature a cast of over 35 talented artists. Notable shows include the award-winning The Carolina Opry, the nostalgic Time Warp, and the festive Carolina Opry Christmas Special, each delivering a unique and captivating experience. The theater's luxurious setting, equipped with state-of-the-art lighting and sound systems, ensure an unforgettable experience for audiences of all ages. Recognized as a top attraction in Myrtle Beach by CNBC, the Carolina Opry continues to be a must-visit destination for visitors seeking top-tier entertainment along the Grand Strand. Now, for all you golf enthusiasts, you do not want to miss Barefoot Resort and Golf. Now, it's right there in North Myrtle Beach. It is a premier golf destination featuring 4 championship courses designed by renowned architects Greg Norman, Davis Love, Tom Fazio, and Pete Dye. Now, each course offers a unique golfing experience. The Norman course showcases 7 holes along the Intercoastal Waterway. The Love course incorporates recreated plantation ruins. The Fazio course is nestled among lakes and trees, and the Dye course presents a challenging layout with native grasses and white sand features. The resort provides a variety of accommodations, including golf villas and yacht club condos, and offers stay-and-play packages with seasonal specials. Conveniently located near Barefoot Landing, guests have easy access to shopping, dining, and entertainment options, making it an ideal destination for both golf enthusiasts and vacationers. Azalea Sands Golf Club, guys, located right there in North Myrtle Beach. As you can imagine, it is stunning. Now, it's an 18-hole par 72 course designed by Gene Ham in 1972. Known for its wide fairways, well-bunkered greens, and strategically placed lakes that come into play on 8 holes, the course offers a pure golf experience without residential distractions. Recent renovations have enhanced the clubhouse, pro shop, and dining facilities, providing a welcoming atmosphere for all golfers. With 6 sets of tees accommodating various skill levels and amenities like a putting green and chipping area, Azalea Sands is a must-visit for those seeking a relaxed yet engaging round of golf in the Grand Strand region. All right, guys, the Arcadian Shores Golf Club is technically located in Myrtle Beach, but it's close enough to make it work for you. Is a classic Rees-Jones design that has captivated golfers since its opening in 1974. As Jones's first solo project, the course masterfully integrates natural elements like live oaks, strategically placed lakes, and 64 bunkers into a challenging yet enjoyable layout. Stretching 6,857 yards from the championship tees with a par of 72, it offers a test for low handicappers while remaining accessible to players of all skill levels through multiple tee options. Notably, holes 2 and number 13 have been repeatedly recognized among the Grand Strand's Dream 18 for their memorable design and strategic demands. Recent renovations, including the installation of a Sunday Ultra Dwarf Bermuda greens and a new clubhouse, have enhanced the playing experience, solidifying Arcadian Shores' reputation as a must-play golf course right here in Myrtle Beach area.
$20,000 on a purse.
You kept the goal in front of you the whole time.
This is more important.
Yeah.
I do like a car that I have, but that doesn't mean that I had to have it back then. That wasn't my priority.
Yeah.
But at some point, as our portfolio was growing and we were able to just buy what we like, then we're picking what we want, what options, and what color.
Yeah.
Back then, if I found the good deal car because it was time to change the car. That's what I was driving.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I didn't feel, I think deprived is the word that I was looking for.
Yeah.
I didn't feel deprived back then. My standard of life was great for me back then.
And it's still great for you now.
For me
you kept
right
it
now.
balanced.
You have to evolve in life.
Yeah.
If you're staying at the same level, I don't think I could.
It's not enjoyable at all.
No.
Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. I cannot wait to share with you just how much money these units right here at Cherry Grove, these 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom units, made in appreciation when you buy it low and you sell it high. And that's the strategy that investors use. Guys, they buy low, they sell high. They have us, we go into a resort, we find units that make tons and tons of money, and we know, okay, there's our ceiling. If this unit's making $120,000, if this unit's making $140,000, okay, we know that units can make it there. So then let's find the oldest, cheapest, most dated unit, buy it, remodel it as cheap as we can, but make it real nice, and let's come take some of that market share.
Yeah.
Now, in 2014, if you would have bought a 6-bedroom unit at the Cherry Grove Villas, you would have paid $236,000.
Whew.
You fast forward to 2024, the highest one that sold at $565,000. That's a $329,000 appreciation over a 10-year hold. Guys, that's $32,900 a year in appreciation, on top of you making $88,000 after financing a year, on top of the fact that you can depreciate it every year and write it off on your taxes, on top of the fact that you can use it.
More heads, more beds,
more bread. Come on. On top of the fact that you can use it and save on your vacation costs. Guys, you can win so many ways with Myrtle Beach Oceanfront Condos. Pick up the phone and give me a call. It's 843-360-1737. So let's check out what other units are making here for gross rental income, because we want to survey the competition.
That's right.
We want to know, is it a weak or strong market I'm going to be competing against when I buy a short-term vacation rental property here to make money? All right, Unit 207 in 2024 only made $60,000. Unit 205 in 2023 made $86,000. And we know this unit this year already made $73,000.
Yeah.
The point is, the competition is weak here. Bottom line.
Yep.
You don't have people that are really, really crushing it. You know, it could be a lot of reasons. You know, you have two different CEOs. They handle things differently. One CEO makes the company soar. The other one makes the, it sell, it sink. Leadership is a big portion of it. You have people that are, that put their whole lives into what they're doing, and they make a business soar.
Yeah.
You have other people who just do it 5 hours a week in their spare time. You know what I mean? So there's lots of reasons. I don't want to speculate. I can tell you that I've interviewed investors that told me that they go on Facebook and join travel groups and post their condo in the travel groups, and they increase their gross rental income by $10,000 a year just doing this one little strategy.
Yeah.
Some people are on social media really taking advantage of it. Other people aren't. I mean, do you have a strong sphere of influence that you can market your condo to, friends and family, an extended network? All these factors play, an important role. The point is, the competition, though, guys, is weak. The variance out here, take the highest unit and subtract it from the lowest, is $26,000. The average gross rental income is $73,000. In my opinion, it's real weak for a 6-bedroom unit. I think that a savvy investor could come in here, market the property well, and crush it and make almost double what these people are making.
And Brandon, does this help at all? Those two that you listed are on the first floor here, okay? Ours are on the fourth floor, so you can see the difference of view.
The view,
from this.
yeah, absolutely, and that's going to show up big time in those listing photos. So, guys, other units aren't performing so well here. That's just a very good signal that the competition is weak. Okay, so now speaking of oversaturation, we were just talking about how competitive our market is. Now, you would say that Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is a competitive market?
Yeah, it's a competitive market. Well, you know,
yes and no?
Yeah, yes and no. For the Airbnbs, there's a lot out there, but it's not that it's oversaturated. It's you know, there's a lot people can choose from now, and basically, and that's where I focus on making sure my units are nice, and so that way I want to be one of the first ones to get picked.
That's right.
I'm still renting no matter what. It's just, do I want to rent at the top dollar, or do I want to rent at the bottom dollar?
Exactly.
And
so you're saying that the remodel that you've done on your units, that's what empowers you to be able to ask for the full price, to be top dollar.
Right, and it's not even that ask. It's more like you get chosen earlier, right? You get chosen quicker. You get chosen at the higher prices, because when people are scrolling, it's anything you can do to make that person stop scrolling and say, I want to stay at that unit.
Exactly. So when those pictures, when those pictures pop, there's, you know, it's highly contrasted. You got beautiful pinks and teals and, you know, all the right furniture. It's modern. It's great. Obviously, that stops somebody from scrolling. You know, that'll stop them right there in their tracks.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you obviously want to get picked sooner rather than later, and you want to have that you're booked up for the next 30 to 60 days. Isn't that what everybody wants? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, what's weird is there was a shift that people aren't booking in advance. They're booking 1 to 2 weeks out now, and a couple years ago, I would be booked 30 to 60 days out. No matter how nice my unit is, I'm not booked 30 to 60 days out.
And it's so funny that you say that. You're the third investor now that I've talked to that's mentioned that very same fact to me. I had a guy, he owns a unit, I think it's a 1-bedroom unit there at the Caribbean, and he said that for the month of July, he only had 1 week booked rental, but everybody else booked last minute, and he was booked every night of the month.
Oh, yeah.
But it was all last minute rentals.
I think with, you know, I think the economy, the unknown, people are waiting to the last minute to say, hey,
I'm going to spend this money.
Yeah, do I want to spend the money? Do I still have my job?
Yeah. Now, do you think that there's any credence to the whole last minute, you know, catching the last minute person and getting them to pay a premium for it because it's last minute? That whole pricing strategy.
So there's a possible. I think the thing, what makes it hard is a lot of people do basically the waterfall effect. You know, as you get close to the date, they're lowering the price. So now, like your competitors have a lower price than the next guy. Yeah. So they're lowering it, trying to fill up at the last minute. So people might be getting better deals waiting to the last minute.
So you got to stay competitive.
Right.
Okay. Now, what's the secret about concierge services? All right, guys. Well, the point is to have concierge services. I once had a client that was featured in Forbes magazine. She had a unit over at the Sea Mist Resort. She made $33,000 with this unit. It did have a nice jacuzzi jet tub. She offered these packages to her clients, and it drove the gross rental income of the unit up. You know, basically bathrobes on the bed, rose petals, towel swans, chocolate, a gift for him, a gift for her. You know, vacation packages. You know, and you could do them themed, of course, you know, for people on their honeymoon and stuff like that. It's an excellent offering. You set up a direct booking website. They go right to your website. You have 3 packages, a 500, a 1,000, a 1,500, and they all include more things. And for the convenience of all of it being planned, in other words, you bought tickets, you contacted your cleaning lady, you gave her $100, and you had her go by, you know, go and order all this stuff for you. You know, order tickets to Pirates Voyage for 2. Dinner show, order a gift, get a gift card to this restaurant here for 2, you know, get tickets to the country music festival, get, you know, and all the little things, all the little different things that it'd be super simple and super easy. that people want to go do in our market. Well, if you go ahead and take care of all of that, you've got it set up in a nice little envelope. It's sitting on the nightstand for them. It's on the counter as soon as they walk in. They've got a concierge experience, and they're going to have an excellent time on their vacation. And they're going to come back, and that's going to build repeat business year over year. And they didn't have to think about it. They didn't have to plan it. You send them an automated email. You signed up for package X. It includes this, 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 and this. We've already got your tickets. We got this. It's going to be on the nightstand for you, blah, 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 blah. Guys, it's simple and easy. And if you do 10 of those at $1,500, we're talking about an extra $15,000 at the end of the year in gross rental income. And all you did was set up a direct booking website, put a web page up, a landing page with 3 different packages, let them choose one, let them process their credit card right there online. You just offered it to them in addition to their rental when they signed up on Airbnb. You told your cleaning lady, hey, here's $100. Go and get all these things for me and leave them in the room for this guest. It's that simple and that easy, guys. Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. Now, do I buy this property as a second home, or do I buy it as an investment property? Well, guys, if you're going to use it, you might want to buy it as a second home. I'd say if you're going to use it 6 months out of the year, buy it as a second home. It's going to give you a cheaper interest rate, a lower down payment, but you can only rent it out 180 days out of the year. Now, if you're in the game to make money and you're not really going to use it, or you're going to use it just a few weekends or a few weeks out of the year, then you probably want to buy it as an investment property. It's going to be at least 20%, most likely 25% down. It's going to have a higher interest rate. The bank knows you're making money. They want to make money with you. And you can rent it out, 365 days a year. So you have no limits on renting it out. Now, if you buy it as a second home, it's got to be at least 75 miles from your primary residence. Additionally, you do have to occupy it at least 3 weeks out of the year. Now, remodeling your unit. Here's what investors do time and time again, guys. I see it all the time. I help investors do it. They use my contractors. It's so simple. It's so easy, and it applies to more than just oceanfront condos. It applies to real estate in general. People buy underperforming assets, properties, fix them up, and sell them. That's a fix and a flip. It's not rocket science. It's very logical. It's very simple. You buy a property that's ran down, you put some money into it, you sell it for more than you bought it for, and more than the remodel cost. It's the same principle that you're doing here, except for you're just renting it out first for a few years while you hold it, and then you turn around and sell it. Now, you always want to buy the underperforming asset with the ugly carpet, the horrible countertops, the one that's ran down and looks disgusting. You want to buy that one. You want to put some money into it. I won't say always. If you're using financing and you can find one that's remodeled, it's most likely a smarter move. But for the most part, the strategy is simple. You buy an underperforming asset, you remodel it, and then you rent it out. You design it with all the top-notch design touches of the top 5% Airbnb properties that are on the market. You make sure that you're better than all the competition. An accent wall with a fireplace and a mantle. You got popping, contrasting colors that catch people's eyes and attention on Airbnb. It has a very modern and a very trendy look. Listen, there's a game that you've got to play when you're attracting guests and rentals. You can't make the property look like whatever your tastes are and expect it to perform like a top 5%. You're catering to the masses. You're catering to a specific demographic, a specific audience. And there are key elements, like you want to have desk in the room for the kids. You want to have a little game station. You want to have a telescope by the balcony to drink wine and watch the stars. You want to advertise all that stuff in your listing. You want to have a coffee station for the mornings when they wake up. I mean, like, there's certain elements to this that really, really work, guys. And if you do it, you make great money. Yvonne, a client of mine, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. I can't stop talking about her. She bought an oceanfront condo for almost $600,000, a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom over at Ocean Reef. She remodeled it. She had it off the market for at least 2.5 months. When she bought the condo, it was making $104,400 in her first 12 months. Remember, she had it off the market for 2.5 months. So that means in less than 12 months, technically, 8.5 months, 9.5 months, whatever. Guess what? She made $140,000 in gross rental income and cleared $30,000 profit. She increased her gross rental income by $36,000 just her first year. She recouped the entire remodel plus some. Was it worth it to remodel the property? Absolutely. Is she already halfway there for a cash out refi? You better believe it. She's already improved the property. Now she's just got to wait a few years and let it appreciate and pull the money out of it, and she can go buy another one. Now, anyways, the point is the remodels work, guys. The top-notch products perform. It gets you winter rentals during the winter months. It makes you stand out and take market share, and you can charge a whole lot more money for a much larger and nicer condo that is in high demand. It's that simple and that easy. 1031 like-kind exchange, a very, very hot topic and one that many investors are interested in. Yes, you can do them with oceanfront condos. A 1031 exchange, named after Section 1031 of the IRS code, allows real estate investors to defer paying capital gains taxes when they sell an investment property, as long as they reinvest the proceeds into a like-kind property of equal or greater value within a specific time frame. The key rules include identifying the replacement property within 45 days and closing on it within 180 days of the sale. Now, this strategy helps investors grow their portfolios more efficiently by deferring taxes and leveraging their equity. But it requires careful planning and the use of a qualified intermediary to handle the transaction. Guys, I have a qualified intermediary for you that I would like to introduce to you to help facilitate your 1031 like-kind exchange. It's that simple and that easy. If you're interested in purchasing properties and you're concerned about capital gains tax, this is a viable strategy that many investors use to build wealth. Get in contact with me. It's 843-360-1737, and I can help you with that 1031 like-kind exchange. I get calls and emails every day from investors just like you looking to make their move into the Myrtle Beach market. They want to invest in short-term vacation rental properties. They want to invest in oceanfront condos. They want to know where the best deals are in our market. Well, guys, you're talking to the right person. 843-360-1737. I'm going to help you put your hands on the best deals in our market. If you're a first-time investor or a seasoned investor, if you're 1 year, 6 months, 3 years out, I don't care where you are in the investing process, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text message, and let one of the many stories on our channel be one of your stories. Now let's talk through low HOAs versus high HOAs. Let's talk through special assessments and kind of the correlation and how this all plays out. Now, people, first-time investors generally want a low HOA resort because they feel like it's less risk. I'm going to completely debunk that for you in just a minute. So I had a client ask me, well, how do I avoid getting hit with a bunch of special assessments? And she was basically working through the understanding that when you have an HOA that has a super low fee, most likely they're not setting aside money in reserves. In fact, most likely they're probably not running the business portion of the HOA well. They're not building up a cushion in case things happen and they need to fix it. Now, generally the higher HOAs are at resorts that have healthy businesses, and they're collecting, instead of setting aside every month when you pay your HOA dues, they are collecting reserves. Now, those reserves will go to take care of, most likely, items that need to be fixed and are repaired on site. Now, Would you rather pay $50 or $100 a month towards the reserves in your HOA payment, maybe even $150 a month? Or would you rather get hit with a $15,000 special assessment? In my opinion, it's smarter to pay it incrementally. It's not such a big blow. It's already accounted for, and they're setting money aside in the reserves so that they don't have to issue you a special assessment. With a lower HOA fee, they're going to issue you special assessments anytime something breaks or needs to be fixed. Is it better to have a low HOA fee and get hit with multiple assessments throughout the year or a few years in a row that eat through your profits, or just to go ahead and invest in a place that has a higher HOA fee that is putting aside money in reserves to take care of those things so that you don't have to have special assessments over and over and over again each and every year? So, in my opinion, it is more risk. Excuse me. In my opinion, it is more risk to purchase a lower tier oceanfront condo at a lower tier resort with lower HOA fees. It is because there's a lot more competition in the lower end of the market. Those smaller units, there's a huge supply of them. They don't appreciate as well, so there's nothing to really carry you through on the back. You know, if you have a lean year or you get a bunch of special assessments or something hits you, there's nothing really to carry you through if you don't make a lot of profits on the smaller oceanfront condos, as opposed to the larger oceanfront condos that appreciate much better, and they can carry you through some of those lean years. Over the lifetime of the investment, you are still okay if you have a few years where you only make $5,000 profit, $10,000 profit, whatever, on those larger oceanfront condos, $15,000 profit on those leaner years, because they appreciate so well on the back end. It carries you through. You don't have that cushion with a smaller oceanfront condo. I ran numbers, I think it was over at the Dunes Village, on a guy, he was selling his condo. If he would have sold it as asking price, we're looking at $54,000 in appreciation while he owned that condo a year. That's substantial appreciation. As where the smaller oceanfront condos don't appreciate nearly as well, you know, you'd be lucky to get $100,000, or you'd be doing well at $100,000 appreciation for owning it, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, versus owning a larger oceanfront condo for 10 years and you're getting $300,000 in appreciation. So there's a lot more cushion in the appreciation aspect of it that's going to carry you overall. If you look at everything, the annual profits, and appreciation combined, if you look at both, there's a lot more cushion in those larger oceanfront condos. So, thinking through risk, people at low tier or resorts that are afraid of high HOA fees, and they think they justify it in their mind going, I'm taking less risk by buying something that's cheaper because it's less money out of pocket that I have to spend. Technically, they're positioning themselves to have the highest amount of competition, to have the lowest amount of hedge and appreciation, and to get hit with lots of special assessments. Because their HOA is not setting money aside in the reserve account. Now you tell me what sense that makes, buying a low-tier oceanfront condo with a low HOA fee, all because you're afraid to take on more risk. You're technically taking on more risk. All right, so if you have a 401k and you have retirement funds, but not enough to live off of, which many Americans are in that boat, because a 401k was never designed for you to retire off of. It was an account for executives to be able to stash away some extra cash, and it got turned into a quote-unquote retirement account. But there's generally, unless you have a ridiculous amount of money in that 401k, it's not going to be enough money for you to retire on. This is where Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos, real estate investing, comes into play. Because you've got money in your account that you can be putting in hard assets that generate great annual profits, that appreciate, and that give you tax write-offs. And that's going to happen a lot faster than what you can do in the stock market. Now, or even with bonds, or even with long-term rentals. Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos are one of the best investments in the market. Now, 401k non-recourse loans. A non-recourse loan against a 401k is used when purchasing real estate within the 401k itself, typically through a self-directed solo 401k plan. In this setup, the 401k account, not the individual, purchases the property, not the individual, not the person, but the 401k purchases the property, and a non-recourse loan is used because IRS rules prohibit personal guarantees on 401k owned investments. Now, a non-recourse loan means the lender can only seize the property if there's a default. They cannot go after the investor's personal assets or the rest of the 401k funds. Now, this allows investors to leverage their retirement funds to buy real estate while keeping the investment compliant with IRS rules. However, only the 401k benefits from the investment returns. The annual profits you're making, you can't touch. It's got to go back into the 401k. It can't go into your personal account. And strict rules around prohibited transactions must be followed to avoid penalties. Guys, I just helped a client purchase an oceanfront condo at Dunes Village, a place that is infamous for gross rental income in our market, with a 401k non-recourse loan. It's a very smart move, guys, and you should get started now building that nest egg up. Absolutely. If you do not have enough money to retire on because you're planning on living longer, because your lifestyle demands it, then you need to get in contact with me so that I can get you in contact. And you have a 401k, of course, so that I can get you in contact with a qualified person that can do a 401k non-recourse loan for you. My cell phone's 843-360-1737. Give me a call and let me help you out. Those retirement years could be a whole lot better, and you could be living in a lot more comfort if you had that extra $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in profit coming in passively from an asset like an oceanfront condo. Now, guys, lots of people are concerned about HOAs. HOAs protect the appreciation aspect of your investment. You know, ultimately, the HOA consists of people that own at that particular resort, and they don't want to pay any of those high HOA fees or any more fees than they have to pay. However, they have enough sense to know that if they don't maintain the property and take care of it well, that the property is going to lose value, and the tourists are not going to continue to rent that property any longer. If that happens, the money that you're counting on in appreciation at the end of the investment when you go to sell it is gone. And that's what you don't want. The appreciation is an excellent, excellent builder of wealth. Additionally, it serves as a hedge in case you don't do as well renting your property out. Now, of course, I don't want that for you. I don't expect that for you. If you follow the channel, then you're learning all the things to do. If we've had a few conversations, I'm telling you what to do. So HOAs protect the investment. They protect that appreciation aspect of your property. And when you go to resell it, you're going to be really happy that you had an HOA. Now, investors often are concerned about higher HOA fees. Well, most of the time, the best resorts have the highest HOA fees. They have higher HOA fees. You do not let the HOA fee determine where you invest your money. You let the upside, you let the gross rental income, you follow the money, you follow the cash. It's horrible to allow fear of not having enough and you're not going to be able to make the payment, you're afraid the HOA is too high, to be the determinant as to where you invest. You know, not everybody is successful at investing. A lot of people think that way. Fear is what's driving their decision. Fear is not a smart investment strategy. I wouldn't let it be in the driver's seat if I was you. And you can't. You got to look at the units that are top performing, and you've got to go to those resorts. You got to check out the inventory and the products that are currently on the market, and you've got to invest where you've got upside and potential, where you can make money, because the whole point of this is to make money. You don't invest in a place with a low HOA fee at a low tier resort that doesn't have a really strong brand name. A lot of people don't know about it, and hardly anyone wants to rent there. In my opinion, it's just not a smart strategy. Why would you cap yourself at a place, let's say that, you know, has units, they're making $30,000 a year gross income, when you could be at a place that's making $90,000 or $100,000 a year, and you're putting $30,000 a year in profit in your pocket, all because you weren't intimidated by an HOA fee. And by the way, the tourists that rent the condo pay the fees. And if you're doing it well, and you've watched the interview with Matt Freeze, at least one of them, he plainly said that on his, he owns, you know, at the time I interviewed him, he owned 11 oceanfront condos. Guys, he plainly says June, July, and August, he makes enough money on his condos to pay all the bills for the whole year. So what are you worried about? What are you afraid about? Don't let that HOA fee intimidate you and stop you. Invest where you can make money and build wealth. It requires risk to build wealth. That's how it works. Let's talk about doing a cash out refi. Guys, the real estate strategy using a cash out refinance involves pulling equity from your first investment property after it has appreciated in value or you've paid down the mortgage, and using those funds as a down payment for your next property. Now here's how it works. You buy your first property, you improve it or hold it over time, and once it gains enough equity, you refinance it for more than you currently owe. You take the difference in cash, tax deferred, and use it to buy your second property. You repeat the process, improve, refinance, reinvest, and you create a snowball effect of portfolio growth without needing to come up with new capital for each deal. Now this method lets investors scale rapidly, but it requires good credit. Strategic property selection, that's where I come in, and you gotta get the property selection right, because if not, you're shooting yourself in the foot, you're stifling that snowball effect. If you don't get this one right and it doesn't have solid financials, you might not get approval for the next condo or the cash out refi. Or anyways, the point is you want to make sure you get the right property. Now, strong cash flow is going to be important, and discipline to avoid over leveraging. You do not want to over leverage. So guys, it's very simple and very easy. Lots of people buy oceanfront condos using a cash out refi, either on their primary residence. They'll pull, you know, a few $100,000 out of their home. Of course, their mortgage goes up a little bit, $1,100, $1,200, depending upon how much money they pull out. And they purchase an oceanfront condo, or they do a cash out refi on the oceanfront condo that they bought their first one. It's that simple and that easy. It does create a snowball effect. Once you buy a property improvement and it appreciates, and you've paid down that mortgage, of course, you're going to pull that cash out and buy another oceanfront condo. Well, you wait 3 or 4 more years. Now you've got 2 oceanfront condos that you can employ this same strategy with. You do it to both of them. Now you bought 2 more and you have 4 oceanfront condos. Well, yes, you can do it again. 4 more years goes by, you improve properties, you pay out all those profits you're making on the oceanfront condo rentals into the mortgage, and guess what you do? You buy 4 now. Now you got 8 oceanfront condos. So it creates a snowball effect, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, that nest egg, allowing you to really build some substantial wealth over time. It's a very viable strategy. If you're interested in learning more about it, give me a call. It's 843-360-1737. And now, it is the moment you have been waiting for, and one of the most exciting parts of the video. Let's break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. And then I'll give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. All right, guys, so let's work through a cash scenario purchase right here at Cherry Grove Villas in North Myrtle Beach. All right, now guys, your beds and baths on this were 6.5, 6 bedrooms, 5 baths. Your purchase price was $590,000. Now, the gross rental income projection I have for this property is $180,000. Now, I know people are going to argue with me and fight with me. No, it can't make $180,000, blah, blah, blah. Now, listen, I have a client that bought a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom oceanfront condo. She pulled in $140,000. That's $35,000 per bedroom. I have another client who has a 10-bedroom triplex, pulled in $231,000. Taylor, what's 231 divided by 10?
Oh, 231 divided by 10?
$23,000, yeah.
More heads, more beds, more bread.
More bread, there we go, yes. More heads, more beds, more bread. The point is, guys, I think it is very realistic to think with an updated, super cool unit, top of the line, you can make $180,000. That's $30,000 a bedroom all day long. It's not crazy. It's not unreasonable. If people aren't doing it, it's just because they're not working their business well. Bottom line. I'm sorry.
I like it.
I see it all the time. So I've got $180,000 gross rental income projection. Now, I've got you at an Airbnb platform fee of 3% for 61% of the total gross rental income. So you're going to pay a fee of $3,294. But you're also going to be on VRBO. I've got you paying 8% to use VRBO. Now, ultimately, that's of 39% of the gross rental income. So what I'm saying there is 39% of the gross of that $180,000 is going to be attributed to renting it out on VRBO. And then 61% of that $180,000 of gross rental income is attributed to Airbnb rentals. There's a fee for each of the uses of those platforms. $3,294 for Airbnb, $5,616 for VRBO. If you made $180,000, you subtract the $3,294, you subtract the $5,616, you are left with a gross rental income subtotal of $176,706. It's that simple and that easy. Now, your estimated property taxes, we've got you at $7,653.48. You can go right to Horry County. They have a tax estimator on their website. You're very simply going to put in the PIN number of the property, and it will estimate, and the purchase price of the property, and it will tell you pretty much what the property taxes are going to be on the property. You're going to get charged at the 6% rate, not the 4% rate, because it's an investment property. If it was a primary resident, if you were a primary resident and it was a primary residence, you get charged at the 4% rate. It's that simple and that easy. Now, excise tax. This is for your use in local police and fire department. That's $1,213. How do they come up with it? When you buy an investment property in Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, the city of North Myrtle Beach is going to send you paperwork for a business license, because it takes a business license to own and operate a short-term vacation rental business in our city. Now, they're going to charge you for that, of course. Now, it's a $145 base fee for your first $2,000 that you make in gross rental income. Then it's $6 for every $1,000 that you make after that. For on this unit, if you made $180,000, you'd have to pay $1,213 for excise tax. Now, there's local hospitality and accommodations tax. I've combined two taxes here. It's 1.5% to Horry County. It's 1.5% to the city of Myrtle Beach of your gross rental income. That's going to be a total of $5,400. Now, personal property taxes, $1,620. Basically, guys, when you own an investment property, they're going to charge you personal property taxes for the furnishings in the unit. It's that simple and that easy. They will mail you a bill in the state of South Carolina when you own an investment property. HO6 insurance. Now, I didn't say this earlier. Basically, you want to make sure you have an HO6 policy that covers lost gross rental income. Let's say, for example, during the winter months, they do construction on your floor or on your unit, and they've got to shut it down and it can't be rented. You're going to pick up the phone, you're going to call your insurance company, you're going to file on your HO6 policy, and they're going to reimburse you for lost gross rental income. And many times in the winter months, you'll get a bigger check from the insurance company than you would have if you rented the unit out. So be prepared for those winter months construction that they have to do on units. Now, HO6 insurance covers stud to stud. That's the interior of the unit. Your HOA fee has insurance that covers the exterior of the unit. So whether there's a hurricane or damage or anything to the exterior part of the building, a flood, whatever, you're covered. If you have HO6 policy, which is what I'm telling you to get here, then interior, if the guests destroy something or mess something up, you call your insurance company and file your policy. It's that simple. You're covered both ways. Electricity. Now, the HOA fee does not include electricity. That is $3,000. I've got you at $250 a month because it's kind of a big. It's a big place, guys. Yeah. So $250 times 12 brings you to $3,000 a year. Your pest control, $50 a month. That's $600 a year. Your maintenance, I got you at $3,000. I mean, it's an arbitrary number. It's something. It could be 3. It could be 5. You could have to replace the HVAC
on a retainer.
Yeah, basically, you could have to replace the HVAC, and it's a lot more than that. But you're going to have some years where it's higher and some years where it's lower. It's best to include something, but you don't want to get too extravagant with it. Now, HOA fees for the year, $24,000. $2,000 a month for that HOA fee. Yeah. This is what we've learned about HOAs. HOAs protect appreciation on the back end of the investment.
Sure.
When you go to sell that property, you're going to be glad that you had a solid HOA board that made sound decisions and you didn't have the wild, wild west going on there at your particular resort or community. And then you can sell that property and get top dollar out of it because they took care of it. Now, the people that are on the HOA boards, they don't want to pay that fee any more than you do.
Yeah.
But they're also smart enough to protect their investment.
Yeah. Well,
and yours while they're at it.
That's a new roof, Brandon, 2024. The HVAC is 2021, 2017.
What we found is if you buy a property at a low-tier resort with a low HOA fee, you're most likely going to get hit with more special assessments.
Yeah.
If you buy a higher-tier resort with a better brand, a better HOA, it's a higher HOA fee, you're going to get less special assessments, they've got reserves, and they're healthy. It's just a smarter move. So don't let HOA fees scare you. They are routine history for standard, average oceanfront condo investors in our market. Now, that brings you to an operating expense subtotal of $47,486.48. If you take your gross rental income subtotal up top of $176,706, you subtract it from $47,486.48, you are left with a projected profitability if you self-manage of $129,219.52. And if you pass it off to a property manager, you're going to have to pay them at least 20%. You're still going to walk away with $93,219.52.
It's called six-figure
investing. I mean, like, guys, it's a cash-on-cash return of 22%. It's not unreasonable. It's not outrageous. It's completely doable. I would recommend going the self-management route. I see that self-managers crush a lot of the property management companies in our market. All that being said, again, your VRBO gross rental income projection was $70,200 total. Your Airbnb gross rental income projection was $109,800. You combine those two numbers, you've got that $180,000 in gross rental income up top. Your HO6 insurance is not included in your HOA fee. Sometimes it is. This is a separate policy. Internet is included, so you don't have to worry about paying for that. Your HOA fee is $2,000 a month. Property taxes in 2024 were only $5,072.05. And this unit did make $73,755 year-to-date 2025.
As of August.
Now, guys, you tell me where you can put $590,000 and walk away with $129,219.52 in 1 year and only 12 months. I know where you can. North Myrtle Beach Oceanfront Condos. All right, guys, so let's work through a financing scenario purchase right here at the Cherry Grove Villas. Again, guys, that purchase price was $590,000. Now, your down payment is $147,500. That's 25% of the purchase price. Your gross rental income projection was $180,000. Your Airbnb platform fee at 3% of the gross rental income was $3,294. Your VRBO platform fee at 8% of the gross rental income was $5,616. If you make $180,000 in gross rental income, you subtract out the $3,294, you subtract out the $5,616, you are left with a gross rental income subtotal of $171.90. Now, your principal and interest, 30-year fixed rate mortgage, 7% interest is what we're assuming here. That's going to be $35,316 for your annual debt service for your principal and interest. Now, your estimated property taxes were $7,653.48. Your local hospitality and accommodations tax was $5,400. Your personal property taxes, $1,620. Your HO6 insurance, $1,000. Your electricity was $3,000. Your pest control, $600. Your maintenance, $3,000, and your annualized HOA dues were $24,000. Guys, that brings you to an operating expense subtotal of $82,802.48. Now, your projected profitability, if you subtract that $82,802.48 from the gross rental income subtotal up top of $171.90, you are left with a projected profitability, if you self-manage, of $88,287.52. And if you hand it off to a property manager for a 20% property management fee, you're still left with a $52,000 profitability. Guys, projected profitability. We're talking a 60% cash-on-cash return. Now, you might be wondering, why is the cash-on-cash return higher if I use financing as opposed to cash? Well, guys, you're only putting into this deal $147,500, and you're getting out, if you self-manage, $88,287.52. Guys, at that rate, within 2 years, you've got all your money back. Plus, somebody's paid for you $70,000 worth of mortgage payments.
Whew.
I mean, where can you make that kind of money?
To the short-term rental business.
That's exactly right. You can't make it in the stock market in the year unless you are a stock market wizard and it is your day job. You can't make it in long-term rentals. You can make it in commercial properties, maybe apartment complexes, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, stock market, you really got to be a wizard at what you do to kind of churn that kind of money. You can make it in short-term vacation rental properties right here along our coast in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, all day, every day. We bought this oceanfront condo. How does it impact us on our taxes? Well, I'm going to cover depreciation. Essentially, the government allows you, the IRS allows you to depreciate the unit for wear and tear and for something called economic obsolescence. Wear and tear. People are going to use your unit and they're going to mess it up. Bottom line. So how much are they going to mess it up? Well, the IRS says you can take the purchase price of the unit and divide it by the useful life. And they say that residential real estate has a useful life of 27.5 years. So you take $590,000, you divide it by 27.5 years, and your taxable income deduction is $21,454.55 every year. What that means is the IRS is allowing you to make $24,454.55 that you're not paying taxes on. Now, economic obsolescence, that's the other side of depreciation. They're saying that as newer buildings hit the market, the older buildings are going to lose their value. So they give you these tax write-offs. Now, I want to tell you a quick story. Yvonne, a client of mine, she bought a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom oceanfront condo at the Ocean Reef Resort. She made $140,000 renting it out her first year. She cleared lots of money in profit. She cleared $30,000 in profit. Next year, she'll probably make $50,000 in profit because she had to have it off the market for 2.5 months to remodel it her first year. And she still cleared 30 grand. So she'll probably make about $50,000 profit this year. Anyways, aside from that, she did what's called a cost segregation study. If you are a high income earner, you need to find a CPA that specializes in cost segregation studies. I have one. If you need my CPA, pick up the phone and call me, email me, text me. Now, a cost segregation study is where they allow you to accelerate depreciation that first or second year, for example. So in your first year, second year, you have this property. Instead of writing it off, you know, over 27.5 years, it's called the straight line method. You're going to go, you know what? I'm going to write off $40,000 this year because I had a really good year and I need the tax write-offs. And you win that way. It's an advanced tax strategy. So the point is, my client Yvonne got a $34,000 tax refund her first year owning an oceanfront condo because she did a cost segregation study. Pick up the phone and give me a call. I'll get you my CPA, 843-360-1737. Now, you're probably wanting to know, what are the top 5 oceanfront condo resorts in Myrtle Beach, or in the market period? Well, in the market period, I found one at Sea Marsh last year. The place only has one pool. It's not like a super nice place, but the guy had the right design elements on the unit. He made $90,000 in gross rental income on his unit. In my estimation, he cleared $24,000 profit. He's just got a well-designed unit, you know, and the place is standard. It doesn't have major amenities, doesn't have crazy draws. It's got an $847 a month HOA, a low HOA, but guess what? He crushed it because of the design element on the unit. It's that simple and that easy, guys. Nothing special, nothing hidden. Sea Marsh, it's up there. Ocean Reef, Yvonne, she's up there. 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Caribbean, 1-bedroom, made $72,000 in gross rental income. Let me see here. Dunes Village, by far, absolutely. The majority of their units consistently outperform the rest of the market. Their Oceanview units perform better than probably most oceanfront units elsewhere because they have an indoor water park and you can rent the unit out 12 months out of the year due to that indoor water park. It is a sustainable competitive advantage. Dunes Village continues to be one of the top performers in the market. I found a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom that made $103,000 over there. Definitely killing it. I found a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. It's under contract now. Made $124,000. I mean, like, Dunes Village, definitely. Finally, I'd say Oceans 1 or Resort. I found a unit over there, a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom that made $109,000. Yes, Oceans 1 over in the south end of the beach. I know a lot of investors are skeptical about it, but guys, people are making money there to the tune of $109,000. We're talking, you know, $29,000 profit. So That's my top 5. If you want to know more, get in contact with me, have a conversation with me, call me, guys. I really enjoy hearing from you guys. It's 843-360-1737. Send me a text message, shoot me an email, jump on a live Zoom call with me, ask me your questions, and let's get you somewhere into this investing game that you really want to be in, building wealth and securing a great future for you and your family. I get calls and emails every day from investors just like you, looking to make their move into the Myrtle Beach market. They want to invest in short-term vacation rental properties. They want to invest in oceanfront condos. They want to know where the best deals are in our market. Well, guys, you're talking to the right person. 843-360-1737. I'm going to help you put your hands on the best deals in our market. If you're a first-time investor or a seasoned investor, if you're 1 year, 6 months, 3 years out, I don't care where you are in the investing process, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text message, and let one of the many stories on our channel be one of your stories.